Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon where I talk about their films, shows, theme parks, I don't know, whatever the case may be. So it's gonna be one of those news videos I've been wanting to do, I guess. So I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in here because there is gonna be a Toy Story 5. So yeah, announcing some sequels here, I guess you would say. I don't think they're good ideas really, but whatever. I mean, nothing against Toy Story, don't get me wrong. I just don't think it'll need it really. But, okay, that, and also, apparently, they want to do a third Frozen film. I like Frozen film, obviously. As you can obviously tell, I'm always talking about it. But again, do I think it's needed? Same thing with Zootopia Part 2. I mean, okay, that one I've already heard they want to do as well. But the thing is, yeah, there's been a lot of layoffs. I mean, lots and lots of layoffs as well. But Avatar is going the second Avatar film. They're going to most likely get a theme park based off of that, which is not surprising really, like at all, because it is a part of there already on Disney Plus as it is. So the second movie will most likely go on there too as well. But there's gonna be some theme park rides inspired by the movie, of course. So yeah, I've heard about this kind of a thing that's been done, of course. And I know I've said this before, and I'll say it again. When it comes to having Frozen 3, I wasn't exactly, uh, I guess you would say, enthusiastic about it. Yes, I liked the first one. The first film I really liked, the second movie I really liked as well, if not more so. But the third movie, I don't know about that. I'd say leave it alone. And as for what I was saying, Toy Story, I thought the Toy Story movie 5 fine. The Toy Story films are great as the way they are, even though they could have just ended it with part 3 when you think about it. But yeah, part 2 wasn't too bad. Part 1 is great as well, but they could have easily ended it with just 3. But the fourth Toy Story film was fine, so Toy Story 5 wasn't too bad. But so all Toy Story films, just like Frozen 1 and 2, they have their own merits. They're all wonderful in their own way, but making sequels to these franchises, it just comes off desperate at this point. Because, like I said, they're losing money, quite a bit of money when you think about it. And there were massive layoffs already from the studio and from the Disney theme parks, I believe, if I heard correctly about that. But definitely from the studios, people losing their jobs. Not everybody from the original Toy Story films are going to be returning, I believe, if I heard that right. But yeah, it just comes out. They just want to squeeze more money of this franchise, trying to milk it as much as they could. And I mean, I know. Before anyone says anything, this is a capitalist country. I get it. You can make some money as you want when it comes to merchandising and like pillows, clothing, coloring books, toys, you name it. They are allowed to do that. I get that, and I completely understand when it comes to it is a business, and having a business unto itself isn't necessarily bad. You can make money, sure. Making money in itself isn't inherently wrong. Is what I'm getting at. But if it's the only reason as to if that's the only reason you want to make these movies, I would say just stop. Don't do that. If money's the only reason you want to make these movies, then yeah, it's a problem. It really is. And because of the fact that there's gonna be no soul, there's gonna be no, it's not gonna feel like it's gonna be really good, like at all. Christ. I mean, yeah, movies like Strange World is more of a standalone film, but unfortunately, it didn't really do all that well. Unfortunately, sadly, folks. So, yeah, there are times they were trying to do something that doesn't involve a franchise, but I guess you can say. Then there's also, of course, Onward, which, of course, did much better, sure, but it wasn't exactly bringing numbers by any means, by which I mean not everyone's talking about it, at least not as much as some of the other animated features. But again, yes, of course, making sequels is a typical thing in this industry. When you think about it, I mean, when you think about it, yeah, Puss in Boots already has a sequel. So, yeah, that's something to think about. That's not really surprising, though. That's already from a franchise that was been around for quite some time when you think about it. So there's that. And also, speaking of which, yeah, there was also a fourth Matrix movie. There were three movies prior to this, and that existed previously. So there was that. So of course, making another, then another, then another, and another, and another, and another, and that's not surprising, really. Just keep cranking these out. Again, I'll refer to as well Wakanda Forever, which is a sequel to Black Panther, which was already a part of a franchise that's been established for quite some time, folks. Yeah, that's something to ponder about, of course. And yeah, not only that, there's also been not that long ago, yeah, Top Gun finally got a sequel that did it quite well. When you think about it, so there's also that as well. That's not surprising, really, like at all, because and they try to make as much as possible with these movies and make money as much as possible, obviously. And again, there's also this one as well, which served as a sequel to the other movie. But yeah, okay, let me see what else. What else is there? Oh yes, there's still quite a few more. And yeah, these I brought up have already been released already. And of course, there's the Avatar. The second one is already out. Yeah, all these I just mentioned were already out. I know Frozen 3 and Toy Story 5 are planned sequels. Assuming nothing gets in the way, of course, they will be released, of course. More on that in a moment. Yeah, but here's the thing, folks. Yeah, this is going to be a third Avatar movie. I mean, okay, I really don't see why, but sure, okay. But yeah, it just seems like a lot of these seem to be unneeded when I think about it, but whatever, guess. Here we go. Anyway, yeah, the Joker is getting a sequel for some reason as well. But okay. Oh, yeah. And also, Beetlejuice 2 as well is coming up. And yes, even another Indiana Jones movie. Even though the other ones are very good, really. But anyway. And also, Sherlock Holmes 3, sure. And whatever. And also, okay, Rush Hour 4. Even though they keep saying they will make it this one for quite some time, but whatever. And but The Flash is coming out, of course, which acts like a sequel to the other movies as well as already been made. And oh yeah, Volume 3, Guardians of the Universe, sure. Okay. And Batman 2 is coming up apparently. So there's that, I guess. And and also, yeah, another Fast and Furious movie. Even though this is gonna be a thing, sure. And oh yeah, Goonies 2 apparently is gonna be in the works at some point, even if it may not have been already. But yeah, oh yeah, and Avatar 4, maybe with a fifth one as well. I'm guessing here, I guess, but fourth one for sure. But King, yeah, Godzilla vs Kong movies coming out, a second one, I mean, and there's gonna be also apparently yeah, a second Cinderella movie as well. Yeah, from what I heard anyway. But okay, yeah, even though live action remakes are getting sequels, like that one I just showed for an example. But that's just stupid when you think about it. It wasn't even that good to begin with. Oh yeah, and also the film Aladdin is apparently getting a sequel as well. Even though the original films, just like Cinderella, had sequels. But okay, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, again, like I was trying to say a moment ago, yeah, it's about money, and they really need it now, I suppose. So yeah, especially with the remakes. Speaking of which, they actually do fairly well with the live action stuff. They just keep cracking these out because they make a lot of money. Even though, like I said before, the remakes, along with a lot of sequels actually as well, they're guilty of this for being shallow, empty. They have no meaning really. They have no merit of their own. Just rehashing what was already done and just trying to make money off of nostalgia. And yeah, that's it. A lot of people who work at Disney realize that you have nostalgic memories of these movies. So of course, they're gonna go back and do like retakes, remake, reboot, reimagine, redone, redid, whatever you can call them, re whatever. They just want to do others of these because of the fact they know it's an easy way to make money. It's a really easy, simple way to make money. It's really lazy. It's extremely lazy. Like they had, you mean to tell me the company can have big budgets for these movies, but you can't have your sources before something that's more original and whatnot. You can't have something that's more different. So it was that. This just seems like this going to take too much risk because of the fact that yes, I realize this is a business, which I know I keep hammering in here, and they just want to bank on something that's familiar rather than just taking a risk. Because if you take a risk, you may actually lose money, and they don't want that. They want to do the exact opposite. They want to just gain money on something that's already been around for decades. So this doing this way is much more easier. Obviously, it does not take that much effort. I mean, it takes effort to make it, I guess, but story wise, when it comes to an overall narrative, not really. It's just like they don't want to put the effort. I'm not saying they ran out of ideas. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they are running out of ideas because they're clearly not. They have plenty of ideas in their heads. They do. There's a lot of people working in that company. They have a lot of ideas. They sure have a lot of ideas. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying they don't want to take the risks on making something more original because there's a great chance of losing a lot of money versus making a lot of money based on something that's already been there for quite a while, which is, like I was saying, a hell of a lot easier to make more of a guarantee of getting that money back plus more. Getting the budget back plus more and making profit. I mean, yes, also, don't get me wrong. Yes, yes, of course, of course. I was not the only one that said I hate remakes, and I still hate remakes to this very day. But yeah, there's been people complain about remakes, stop that, boycott Disney. They should protest against the company to show them that they shouldn't be making this. Well, yes, I agree that they shouldn't be making these remakes because it's stupid. It's so needless when you think about it. But these are the same people who will go out and see them anyway. What the hell? I mean, really? Come on. Vote with your dollar, folks. That's what I'm saying. Vote with your dollar. If you don't want them to make these movies, don't go out and watch it. What are you doing? Ugh. But just going back to, Frozen 3, and yes, of course, along with Frozen 3 5, assuming nothing gets in the way, like at all, when it comes to making these movies, a production, kind of like what happened with Batgirl. That film was supposed to have been made. I mean, it technically was made, technically, I guess, but there was some complications that got in the way. Thus, therefore, it was never released. So, assuming nothing like that happens, like at all, so yeah, we get to see that. Yeah, assuming nothing gets in the way, sure, this will be a thing. But like I was attempting to say here is that there's no need for Toy Story 5. This is ridiculous. What can they possibly do? Same thing with Frozen 3. And that's the thing. Like I've discussed many times before, I mean, excuse me if I didn't bring it up right here, because I don't feel like I'm repeating myself too much, like way too. This is a subject matter I've spoken about way too often in my previous videos. And when I brought before, what the hell are they going to do with part 3? Yeah, Frozen 3. What does need to be a part 3 for? I don't get it. I've discussed this already quite a few times. And but yeah, I'm just scratching my head. It just comes off like out of desperation. The Frozen films made them a lot of money, and yes, of course, the Toy Story films made them a truck ton of money. So if anything, like I was saying way earlier, it just comes off like out of desperation, like just absolute desperation, I guess, because they need the money to stay afloat. I guess you can say. But yeah, I don't get any of this. It just makes no sense, like at all. And they shouldn't do this. They really shouldn't, like at all. Because from a narrative standpoint, what can they possibly do for part 5 for Toy Story, and what can they do for Frozen 3? Like, how can they expand upon on what they already accomplished with the other movies? So it just comes off like it was okay, as if it wasn't obvious enough. It's just a business tactic. That's how it comes off. It's nothing more than a business tactic. That's all this is. Nothing more than just a desperate attempt to make an extra buck because they need it. They really need that very money. So I say just leave these movies alone. Leave it alone, will you? Just I don't get it. It makes no sense to me, like at all. I just found it weird. But unfortunately, speaking of movies not being made, yeah, Tinkerbell movies parts 7, 8, and 9 were just continued because I guess financial problems or whatever. But then there's going to be a live action version remake. Are you kidding me? That makes no sense. Yeah, for a good while, yeah, speaking of financial burdens, they were not doing so hot really in the early 2000s, and Pixar had to come in and help them out. So that's how it's been since then, I guess you would say. But yeah, there's a lot that can be said about this kind of a thing, I guess you would say. There's a lot more, I guess, regards of this course. But yeah, just end this video already because yeah, this video is already starting to get rather long as it is. It's almost 20 minutes. So yes, of course, I appreciate anybody for watching this and whatnot. So there you have it. Just trying to bring some news to you folks. So I guess you can say it's just I wish for the best. So whatever, guys. As always, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah, later.